Alrighty, doing the room scan. Callie's the patient, and 2:33 is the time.
Stinky.
Knock, knock. Provide privacy. I'm Alina. I'm gonna be your student nurse today. So you can see. Hand hygiene. And can I get your full name and date of birth?
Callie Qualison 2801.
And do you have any allergies?
Nope.
Scan. And I'm not gonna be wearing PPE. Alright. Verifying provider's orders. Looking at the provider's orders, we have an integumentary and musculoskeletal assessment. So we're gonna be asking you questions. I'm gonna be asking you questions. We're gonna inspect and palpate, and then we're gonna do range of motion. Do you have any questions before we begin?
Nope.
Are you in a comfortable position?
Yep.
Before we began, I would have gathered and cleansed any equipment needed, but that wasn't needed. I don't need anything for this assessment, so. Okay, I'm gonna start with, you're in a comfortable position. 3 questions on your skin. Do you have any history of skin cancer? Do you have any eczema? And do you moisturize daily? Perfect. Okay, so skin, I'm going to inspect all that I can. Inspect, 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 inspect the toenails, nail beds, toenails, nail beds, and then nails, hand nails, nail beds. I would be looking for any clubbing, cyanosis, so bluing, or bluishness. And then looking at your stomach and your back, and then looking to see if there's any lesions, looking at texture and color. So if I did find any lesions, I would be looking at the asymmetry, looking if it's symmetrical on both sides of the lesion, looking at border, looking at color, looking at diameter, and seeing if it's elevated. That's all the skin. I would palpate, palpate and make sure that everything is pink and warm. And I would make sure that she is hydrated, which she is, looking at turgor, and then looking for bruising, lesions, texture. All right. I'm gonna look at your mouth. So if you could open your mouth, looking at mucous membrane, stick out your tongue, making sure everything's moist and pink. Can you go like this? So pulling down your eyelid, looking at the conjunctiva, making sure it's pink and moist, so you're good. And that is all with the skin. I'm going to ask you 3 questions on the musculoskeletal. So, do you need any aids to help you walk? Do you have any soreness or stiffness in your muscles right now? And do you have any history of scoliosis?
Yeah.
Perfect. Not perfect, like that said, but
Okay.
we will be assessing, and I don't know if I did, but provide privacy. Okay. Anyways, so looking at the 3 questions, now we're gonna go into the assessment part. I'm gonna have you, stand up. I'm gonna look at your anterior posture straight, and then looking at posterior posture. Since she does have a history of scoliosis, making sure there's no curvature, S shape in the spine. I would also be looking for lordosis and kyphosis. Lordosis being curving inward of the spine, and kyphosis would be hunchback or outward curvature of the spine. You can turn back. Going into the balance tests, I'm gonna have her stand, down the middle, make sure you can see everything. I'm gonna have you step heel to toe, forward 3 steps if you could. 2, 3, and then backward toe to heel. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm gonna have you stand with your eyes open, arms to the side for 30 seconds. Turning now. I'm looking for swaying. Making sure she's able to stand still. And since she's able to do that, I'll be looking for 30 seconds, so another about 20 seconds or so. I'll have her close her eyes, make sure she doesn't sway. All right, and if you could close your eyes. If I thought that she would be able to balance or keep still, I would keep my arms out right here so that if she were to sway or stumble, I would be there to help. Got about 10 more seconds left, and she's still not swaying, so that's good. Perfect, and you're all set. Now we're gonna go into, if you could close your eyes again and touch your nose with your finger on both sides and the other one. Perfect. You can open up your eyes, and then I'm gonna have you touch your shin with your heel and rub on both sides. Two, three, and then we did balance, balance. All right, you're all set. If you could sit down, we're gonna do range of motion. We're gonna test for strength, shape, shape, size, and strength of the muscles. So 5 would be a normal, 4 being slightly weak, 3 being weakness, 3, 2 being poor range of motion, 1 being severe weakness, and then 0 being paralysis. So first I'm going to have you look side to side, and then I'm going to put my hand on you, and you're going to push up against. So, and push, getting the same motion, and then we're going to do shrugging. So if you could shrug for me, then I'll have you shrug again. Perfect. And then I'm going to have you do for deltoid, I'm going to have you move up. That last one was trapezius. This is deltoid, and then move up. Okay, and then we're going to do the finger test, if you could squeeze. Perfect. And then we're going to do bicep, tricep, so move up, and then flex, and if you could do that, and then down. Perfect. And then so bicep, tricep, then we're gonna go into your hips. So if you could lay down, make sure you can see. I'm going to do both of them at the same time. So you're gonna do abduction, adduction, so going outward and inward on one leg at a time. Abduction, adduction, abduction, adduction, and then I'll just test your strength. So abduction, adduction, abduction, adduction. Perfect. If you could sit back up. We're gonna do quadricep and hamstring. Okay, so you're gonna extend and flex on both legs, extend and flex. All right, and then I'm gonna have you extend and flex. All right, so that's quad and hamstring. Okay, so now we're gonna go into, again, we're gonna go and look at the joints. Sanitize again, because I went lower and go upper. I'm gonna have you open your jaw and close your jaw. Perfect, and then I'll test your, oh my goodness, I don't know the name of it. And open, that's perfect. And then I'm gonna have you do flexion, extension, and then to side, side, and then ear to shoulder, and then I'm going to palpate while you're doing those same exercises, side to side, ear to ear. Perfect. And then we're gonna go into shoulders and if you could stand up, I'm gonna have you go abduction, adduction, and then forward, up, and then forward rotation and backward rotation. Perfect. So forward or abduction, adduction. Perfect. Forward, up, and then forward or back rotation and forward rotation.
It's great.
You're good. Okay. So then we're gonna do hip. So I'm gonna have, elbows. So flex or extension, flexion, and then supination, pronation. Perfect. And I'll have you do that again. Flexion, extension, supination, pronation. Perfect. And then I'll do your hands. So we're gonna do abduction, adduction, flexion, fist. Okay, so abduction, adduction, and then fist. And then we'll do flexion, extension, rotation for the wrist. So flexion, extension, and then rotation. We go flexion, extension, and then rotation. Perfect. And then we'll do hip after that. So we'll do abduction, adduction, flexion, extension, and then rotation of both. And then
So
abduction, adduction, and then flexion, extension, and then rotation. Perfect. And then I'll do so abduction, adduction, flexion, extension, flexion, and then rotation. Perfect. Okay, and then we're gonna do hip or the lower spine. So you're gonna come forward and then up and then hyperextension, and then you're gonna go rotate, and then side to side. All right, so then I'll go forward and then flexion, extension, hyperextension, and then rotation. Perfect. And then side to side. Perfect. Okay, so that is hip. And then Jordan, if you could sit down, make sure you can see. I'm gonna have you extend, flex, then extend and flex, extend and flex, and then I'm gonna do dorsiflexion, plantar flexion, inversion, and eversion. So then dorsiflexion, plantar flexion, inversion, and eversion. Perfect. All right, this concludes this assessment. I'm going to gather up all my materials, cleanse them, do 5 moments of hand hygiene. Oh, before hand hygiene, I would make sure, do you have anything? Do you need anything? I have the time.
No.
Okay. Bed is low and locked. Side rails are up per policy. The light is within reach. Table is within reach. The floor is clear of falls. I asked her if she needed anything, and then I'll gather and cleanse all my materials, do hand hygiene. 5 moments of hand hygiene are before procedure, after procedure, before coming into contact with the patient, coming into contact with patient surroundings, visibly soiled. Oh my goodness, visibly soiled before procedure, after procedure, before coming into contact with a patient, visibly soiled, and oh my gosh! Before procedure, after procedure, before patient contact, after patient contact, coming into contact with patient surroundings, and visibly soiled. Yeah, that's everything. I don't know why I'm messing up on that. And then I would document all my findings in OneNote. Alert the provider if there's any deviations from the normal, and yeah. before procedure, after procedure, coming in contact with patient surroundings. Okay, yeah, that's everything. Thank you.